Hello, online crew. How are you? Did you catch my new little video? If you didn't catch the beginning of the video, I've done it on Instagram again. Hang on. Let me go live. I'll play it again. Hang on. While I get myself sorted on Instagram. Listen to this, okay? I just want to get up and dance when I listen to the music. It just gets me in that mood. What do you think? Do you like my new intro? Just had to play it for you again while I hooked into Instagram here, which I always forget to do. But welcome to today's live. So I hope you like my new little intro. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back to the beginning of the video and you'll see it there. So hello. It's Christmas week. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? So just to pre-warn you, I'm just going live 3 times this week. So today, tomorrow, and the next day, but not the day after that because I'm taking it off and I'm going to take some time off for Christmas, which I'll explain later in the week. But join me this week for today, obviously. If you're here, say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from, and tomorrow and the next day. Today, we're talking about sort of uncertainty. Like, do you ever have times where you feel uncertain about life, yourself, personally, physically, business, finances, work, where you're headed? Like, can you relate to that? Where you ever feel sort of uncertain about where you're headed or what you're doing or where you're at or, what's coming for next year or things like that. So I know I do. I don't know about you, but I certainly have feelings of sort of uncertainty where I'm not sure which way I'm going to go, what direction, or where I'm at sometimes. And feelings of uncertainty actually have a flow-on effect, which are not that positive. So that's what we're talking about today. And sort of if you feel like that at all, how do we change it? So how do we get out of that? That's the most important thing. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. So hello, how are you? This is my first live video for this week. If you're catching the replay, this is my first live video of the week where I talk about something to do with personal growth, personal development, something to help you be a better version of yourself, because it's not all the shiny object. It's not a online funnel. It's not a magic pill. It's not the silver bullet that's going to help you be successful in your business and in life, and certainly in the online world. It comes down to you. It comes down to the way you think, the way you act, the way you treat people, the way, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you can earn a lot of money? It's all of that. That's what's actually going to help you be successful in whatever way you want to. Yes, we need to learn skills. We need to learn the online world if that's what you want to do. Like, there's things that you want to learn, but ultimately it comes down to you, whether you're successful or not anybody else, not a mentor, not friends, not family, not colleagues, not a team. It's you. So it's really important to dial into, all things us to make sure we are who we need to be to get the success that we desire. Is that fair enough? I think that's fair enough. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I would encourage you to listen to our Clubhouse room tomorrow. We're talking on Clubhouse tomorrow about how do you actually effectively evaluate the year that was and set yourself up for success for the year that's coming. If you don't know how to evaluate effectively, you'll probably spin your wheels and stay stuck. So it's a really, really important skill that you want to learn, is learning how to evaluate. And those of you in my coaching community, this week's exclusive training is actually before Clubhouse tomorrow. It's a day early and it's an hour early than it normally is. And we're going to talk about all things setting yourself up for next year. So make sure you join me in that tomorrow, coaching community members. And then straight after, we'll be live on Clubhouse. Okay. So how is everyone who is here? We've got Anne-Marie. Great to see you. Hi, Helen. Love your intro video. Is that set up in StreamYard? Well, I've attached it to StreamYard. I've uploaded it in StreamYard, but no, the video was created separately. Hello, Cherie. Great to see you on. That's really cool. Hello, Beth. Nice intro. Love it. Great. Good to see you. Love it. Watching from New Zealand. Merry Christmas. And to you, Joy, as well. Love the intro. Awesome. Hi, everyone. From Heather. Yes, I do. From Joy. Yes, lots of times. So this is the feeling of sort of uncertainty. Great to see you on, Pam. Anyone that looks like that, I know you can't see my screen on Instagram up there, but if you look like Facebook user, it just means you're watching from my social media group, and you need to click the description at the very bottom of the live that says I'm going live via StreamYard. Click streamyard.com/Facebook, and then I'll be able to see, who you are. Amy, great intro. Awesome. Okay. So why I want to talk about this is because this is the kind of stuff that keeps you stuck. And what you want to evaluate and move through is when you're stuck. There's many reasons for that. But when you do feel stuck and uncertain about things, it can actually have negative consequences. So one of those is when you're feeling uncertain about things is that you will get stuck. When you're stuck, you do nothing. Overwhelm is another one. For some people, it will even be things like eating, snacking, sugary things. Because when you're feeling uncertain, you're feeling unsettled. When you feel unsettled, you might feel uneasy, and you're looking to fill the void with other things. So for some people, that's actually food. Some people, it's actually alcohol. It's actually all tied into emotions. So you may not realize how your life is ruled by your emotions. And if you're not feeling good, if you're feeling uneasy, if you're feeling uncertain, you've probably got every avoidance tactic under the sun, and you'll go and watch TV instead of doing your work. You'll go and snack on something instead of going for a walk, like all the things. Feeling uncertain about yourself, your business, what you're doing, where you're going, your financial future, it has sometimes those negative effects of overwhelm and bad habits. Everyone's got their own bad habits. You know what yours are, and that's what can relate from uncertainty. Okay, it's not a nice feeling necessarily, is it? Not knowing necessarily what to do, where to go, where you're headed, what you're doing the next week or the week after, or how you're going to earn the money that you need to earn to pay the bills and those kind of things. So these feelings of uncertainty cause a lot of negative emotions, and negative emotions lead to bad habits. So we've got to crack all of that. How do you do that? How do you get through that? When you're feeling unsure, some of you might not even think, or you might think this industry is not for you. Some of you might question whether you're ever going to make it or be successful or earn a lot of money in this industry. And if anyone's new and watching and not sure what we're talking about here, I will introduce myself. My name's Helen Martin, and I'm your online crew captain, and I'm here to serve our online crew community here, which is full of entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, direct sellers, those in network marketing, MLM, and you want to leverage social media to build your business online. So that's predominantly what we talk about here. But because we are entrepreneurs and we're doing it alone, essentially, you may have mentors and colleagues and teammates and all the rest of it to help guide you, but ultimately it's up to you whether you're going to be successful or not. And you're the only one that can pull yourself out of things like uncertainty. Now, I know for me, when I'm feeling a little bit unsure about which direction I want to go in, or what I want to create, or whether what I'm doing is effective or not, it leads to procrastination. It leads to, for me, I'll go looking for sweet things. Like I'll snack on things when I'm not feeling confident in something. Can anyone relate to that? Like it leads to emotions, and your emotions lead to bad habits. Some of you will sleep. Some of you will watch TV. Some of you just make excuses to go and do things that you know you probably shouldn't do, that are not good for you, but you do it because you're emotional about it. I hope all of that sort of makes sense. The key thing is, what do we do about it? So for me, what I'm really good at now is recognizing it. And some of you are not good at recognizing it. You can't change anything you don't recognize. So a lot of you are in continual bad habits and inaction The only thing that really grows our business in this kind of industry is taking the action. So you'll be in that for sometimes days, weeks, months. You've got these patterns of behavior. And if you really look yourself in the mirror and go, am I making any results in my business? And the answer is no, then you're avoiding things of some sort. So what you need to do, and what I do, is when I'm feeling that uncertainty, I know it. You'll either know it directly or indirectly. And what I mean by that is you just know it. So that's direct. It's like I'm feeling stuck, and you can say it, you can live it, you can breathe it, you could recognize it. I recognize it indirectly through my behaviors. So if I start snacking on things, if I start avoiding tactics, like I'll go and do something because when I know I'm meant to be doing something else, I recognize that straight away. It's like, okay, you're avoiding this or you're avoiding that, or why are you snacking again? Like, what's going on? It's like, I'm feeling really uncertain about something or other. So you can recognize things directly or indirectly. So directly, as I said, is you already knowing, I know I'm avoiding something here. So it's direct. It's on your front of mind, and you know that you're doing something. You're quite well aware of it, but what are you going to do about it? Indirect is your habits. So you pick up by your bad habits. You've all got bad habits, whatever they are. Maybe it's procrastination, maybe it's avoidance tactics, whatever it is. Pick up those behaviors and go, why am I sitting in front of the TV instead of doing my work? Why am I snacking again? Why am I doing these things? That's indirect, and you need to get to the source of that. So whatever way it is, direct or indirect, you need to have a conversation with yourself and go, okay, what's going on here? And actually stop yourself and go, I know I'm avoiding something. I know I'm not doing what I'm meant to be doing. I know I'm snacking. I know I'm not exercising. I'm not, whatever it is for you. It could be a variety of different things for each one of us. You need to stop and think, what's going on here? And you need to evaluate. And this is what we're going to go deep in Clubhouse tomorrow. So please join us for that discussion if you can. You need to evaluate and pivot really quickly. So what I've learned to do over the last few years is pivot really quickly. So when I'm on a direction that's not positive for me, whether it's snacking on the food or whether it's, different things or avoidance tactics, or I'm not really getting the things done that I need to, I stop myself in my tracks pretty quickly and go, okay, what do I need to pivot? The quicker, this is not just your business. This is your life. This is your relationships. This is your finances. The quicker you are aware of the things that are not going well for you, and the quicker you can pivot, the better off your life will be. The better off you will stay, keep progressing, even if it's slow, and you won't get stuck. If you are stuck in a rut, you're not evaluating and pivoting effectively. Does this make sense to you? Because this is really, really important. Really important, because I know the difference of being stuck for a long period of time and then being stuck, evaluating and pivoting really quickly. It's the same as somebody makes you really angry, pisses you off, something goes wrong. If you can learn to sort of deal with what you need to deal with, no more than 24 hours, that's John Maxwell's rule. I've mentioned that many times here in this community, is if you need to deal with something. But after about 24 hours, because you're going to have initial reactions to things. Somebody might say something and it instantly triggers an emotion for you, which you can't control. Okay, so there might be those moments, but if you are still there 12 hours, 24 hours later, now that's a choice. That's an absolute choice for you to stay stuck, to stay angry with somebody, to lay the blame on somebody else for what is or isn't happening in your life. Okay, am I making sense to you guys? The quicker that you can actually evaluate, pick up your own downfalls and go, okay, I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling emotional. I'm not feeling productive. I'm feeling down. I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling sick, whatever it is. And then you can actually evaluate, okay, what's in my control, what's out of my control. And if there are things that you're feeling that's out of your control, you can't stress about it. Because there's some things that happen in life that you can't change. Don't stress about things you can't change. And at the end of the day, we only live once. So if you're wasting every day, every week, every year not getting where you want to go, then shame on you, because you never know. This is a bit, I don't mean to be morbid here, but you never know when your time is up. So why would you waste your time being angry with people, sitting in overwhelm, being stuck, not getting any results in your life, whether that's personally, physically, in your business, making more money. What is the point of all of that? So, uncertainty, if you're not certain about where you're headed, where you're going, what your goals are, what you're doing, it causes things like procrastination, being stuck, being overwhelmed, not being healthy, going for the unhealthy snacks, all those kind of things. So, what you need to do is recognize it, whether that's indirectly or indirectly, and work really hard at that. And then evaluate it and pivot. Now, when I say pivot, you don't want to look for certainty because it doesn't exist. So just because you're uncertain about certain things, it doesn't mean that you're going to find certainty. There is no certainty in anything. But what you can look for is clarity. So sit and think to yourself, what do you want? What do you want for 2022? How much money do you want to make in 2022? What kind of impact do you want to make in 2022? What kind of health goals do you have for 2022? Get some clarity on what the hell it is that you want. Then you can reverse engineer and plan it. Without the clarity, you are going around in circles, my friend. And that's uncertainty. Uncertainty leads to being stuck and overwhelmed and everything I've already talked about. Getting clarity on what it is that you want for 2022, relationships, health, business, all the rest of it, like knowing actually what you want can then help you plan towards it. And then all that overwhelm and uncertainty goes away. And then you get rid of all the bad habits. Do you see where I'm coming from? Just want to, exactly, Amy, a confused mind says no. Beth, I had a struggle today. When I'm feeling down because of our accident yesterday, Beth had a collision with a deer, and the deer came off better off. Normally, I would snack on unhealthy stuff. Instead, I'm practicing gratitude and listening to some uplifting music. Way to pivot, Beth. You know your downfalls. You're in that place, rightly so, but you haven't gone there. You've pivoted, and practicing gratitude is a great way to deal with things like that. I recognize when I'm feeling stuck or frustrated, I spend time watching videos that are just time suckers. Basically, I try to do something that makes my mind numb. So that can serve a purpose in the moment, but it's not going to serve you. Sorry, I'm not sure who that is. It blocks it out temporarily. It doesn't deal with it. So it's like, I love going to the movies. Can anyone relate to this? When you go to the movies, the world doesn't exist for an hour and a half or so, and it just takes you in a completely different place. And I love that. But the world doesn't stop. Nothing changes. The problems are still there, when you get out of the movie. Same with the TV show. So it can help sort of numb it, but it doesn't help solve it. Makes sense. Yes. Cherie, learning and growing in this pivoting or shifting, recognizing and learning what it is and how to get better at pivoting earlier. I'll get there. And that's all it is, Cherie. It's learning to pivot earlier. And I know there's particularly with people that I work closely in the VIP program, I'm seeing their lives transform in doing this, is they pivot quicker. Whereas they would, sometimes get stuck in the emotions or get stuck not taking any action for, long periods of time. Now they think differently. They recognize it and pivot quickly. So it takes practice, Cherie. So continue practicing that, because this is your life. Do you want a great life and get results? I'm not just directing this at you, Cherie. It's everybody. Do you want the best life possible for yourself? Or do you enjoy being stuck in the things that you're stuck in? Do you enjoy not getting the results? Do you enjoy not getting the money that you desire? Like, if you don't enjoy those things, you need to evaluate effectively and find some, not certainty, but get some clarity about what it is that you actually want, what your goals are, and then work towards it. And when you know what you're working towards, you don't get that uncertainty. Therefore, you don't do all the bad habits. So it's clarity you're looking for. And if you don't have that, if you're feeling really confused about your business, about life, about relationships, about where you're at, about, some of you in your jobs, whatever it is, You need to sit with yourself to get the clarity. And the only way you can get the clarity is to block everything out, including social media, things like that, and just sit and let yourself think and give yourself the time, the energy, and the space. Well, what is it that I want? What do you want for 2022? What do you really want? Get clarity around that, and then you can work towards it. If you don't even know what you want, you don't even know what money you want to make, you don't even know how many people you want in your team, you don't even know what actions you want to take, you don't even know where you're headed, you're living a life of uncertainty, and that keeps you confused and stuck, and you won't get the results that you're looking for. Okay, so you're in the driver's seat. You have to take control of this. So I would highly encourage you, if you know you've got bad habits or you're feeling confused and overwhelmed and stuck in certain things, is sit with yourself, give yourself some time and energy and space to get some clarity about what the hell it is that you want and how are you going to get there. It's the how that's important. You can know what you want, but you can't wish for it to happen. You actually have to plan for it to happen. It's all, your success is in your planning. And your success is in action. Action is the only thing that'll get you to where you want to go in your life, in your relationships, in earning money, in your presence online, your audience, your impact. Action is the only thing that'll get you where you want to go. You can't wish to be thinner. You can't wish to be fatter. You can't, for those that are underweight. You can't wish to be fitter. You can't wish to be a millionaire or a six-figure earner. You can't wish for those things. You might want them and you might say, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to be a six-figure earner. But if the actions don't match, the clarity of what you want, then it's not going to happen. And then you get all down on yourself and then you beat yourself up and you end up on this vicious cycle of I want, but I don't have, and I can't get, but I want. And you go round and round and round in circles. So get the clarity of what it is that you actually want for yourself. And be careful of how you want to dream big, but you don't want to have that far stretched out that it's not realistic, that you only ever disappoint yourself. But you just have to sit and think about these kind of things and take responsibility for the lack of where you're at, health-wise, relationship-wise, business-wise, financial wise. You're the only one that can change your life and get you to where you want to go. No one else. Comes down to you. So, for some, you kind of need to pull your finger out and take more responsibility for that. I don't mean to be rude in any way. Just some people need to take more responsibility for their lack of results and step into your greatness. Every one of us was born for greatness. You've all got gifts. You just got to find out what those gifts are. So allow yourself to explore that and step into the person that is worthy of achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve. If you're not that person now, then work towards it. And it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to eat healthy. I know it's hard to exercise all the time. I know it's hard to work in your businesses. But nothing comes easily. When you've got big goals and dreams, and everything generally comes on the other side of your comfort zone. So step outside the comfort zone and push for what you want. Okay. Jade loves the movies as well. Brittany, it's Brittany, is it you that's dropped off? Yes, it definitely doesn't solve anything, but recognizing it helps me pivot faster. Well done, Brittany. Even though I had a lot to deal with yesterday and today, I still walked slower, but walked. I didn't give up. That was the key for me, not to ever give up. Well done, Beth. Takes courage to do that. So well done. One of the things I read that really helped is not only visualizing the goal, but also visualizing doing the things you need to do every day that will get absolutely, Brittany, get your subconscious used to that. The conscious and doing the actions to come a little easier. Yeah, that's why, a lot of people talk about visualization, but you can't just wish for it to happen like you want to be successful. Like if you want to reach a certain rank in this industry, like you have to actually see yourself walking the stage. You actually have to visualize that. And then you have to visualize yourself doing the actions to get yourself there, because you can't just wish for yourself to get there. You have to wish to be able to take the actions and help yourself take the next steps to get there. So very good point. Hey Steve, how are you? So thank you for your input there, guys, to this discussion. This is one of the things that some people will tune out to, they won't listen to, but it's so important. So don't look for certainty because it doesn't exist, but look for clarity on what it is that you want for next year, in all parts of your will, your health, your business, your life, your finances, your relationships, all those things, and write them down. And then reverse engineer how you're going to get there, and don't stop until you do. And if you know, it's just a matter of evaluating and pivoting really quickly when things aren't going that well, because you don't want to stay stuck. Okay, I say this with the utmost love because I do it myself. I have to pivot, evaluate, and pivot all the time. And thankfully, by having this very high on my radar and a high level of awareness, I can do that now. I can evaluate where I'm at, and it's like, oh, that's, I can't think that. I don't want to go there. I'm stuck again. How do I evaluate and pivot and get myself back on course? So that's what you want to learn to do. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly it, Cherie. That's wrapping up this live, in a nutshell. It's getting the clarity and then taking the action, for those things that you got clarity on, if that makes sense. So, yeah, nailed it there, Cherie. Awesome. I'm going to leave it there. So, coaching community members, remember, tomorrow before Clubhouse, you have your exclusive training. I'm going to help you set yourself up for success, things to evaluate for next year. And then Clubhouse, we're going even deeper in learning how to evaluate the year that was and set yourself up, for success for 2022. So I look forward to seeing you both, in those areas, and have an awesome rest of the day, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.